we live yet? Are 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 we live yet? Wake up. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to everyone on Rimble, Twitch, and YouTube in full glorious 1080p. Today, we are joined by Marcus from Sweden.
Hello.
Panzer Cat from Scotland.
Meow.
And Scott's Models, all the way from Tasmania in Australia.
Hello.
That's shot there so we can
G'day, possums.
Well, welcome all. Thursday night stream. We'll probably go till 7 and then decide whether we're going to go on a little bit longer once we hit 7. I am going to go to all the tables first, see what the guys are doing, and then I'm going to get to my favourite subject, me, because I'm quite excited because I've got my King Tigers out. Right, let's go to Marcus. Marcus, what's on your bench, buddy?
Well, it's a continuation of the Knights Abominant that I've been working on. So this is as far as I've gotten. Let me get some light on there. So
it's looking nice.
Yeah, so I've been starting to do some details. I'm still pondering the color scheme. I'm leaning towards some sort of green, either olive green or US olive drab or emerald green even. So we'll see whether
this is World of Wartrek, isn't it?
Say again.
This is World of Wartrek Starhammer.
Yes, it is StarCraft. No, just.
It is in fact Warhammer, as everyone watching probably already knows. Yeah. It's a huge kit for a Warhammer one. I don't think I've seen bigger.
No, I don't think I have either.
And that's official Warhammer, isn't it?
It is official Warhammer, straight out of the box.
Looks great, mate. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Going to go over to Mr. Panzer Cat in Scotland.
I'm actually doing a little bit of sprue goo filling in some beams for my next project, so I'm doing some prep work on this.
Sprue goo? What is this magic?
This is this polystyrene plastic melted in liquid poly glue. I need to make up some fresh.
If I remember rightly, you just get a load of old sprue and dump it in a bottle and put some
plastic cement, some cement, and then it dissolves overnight. But there are different types of plastic styrene that you can mix up with glues. Because I do two. I do this one, which is a light, thinnish material, and it's made from Meng plastic with Tamiya thinner, with Tamiya cement, extra thin cement. I also make my thick cement, my thick sprue goo, which is plastic polystyrene sheet. Offcuts of that, right, dissolved in Humbrol liquid poly.
And does it set as hard as the original plastic?
It does indeed, because it's basically made of the same thing.
Okay. Doesn't weaken it or anything like that?
It doesn't. I mean, this is one I prepared earlier, and you can see I'm just filling in the gaps because there was quite a bit of sink mark in it. And it's a pain in the ass to fill it with plastic putty, sand the putty back.
It is a great idea for filling gaps and stuff.
I mean, I don't know if you can see, but in there is actually a recess where there's mold shrinkage.
Yeah.
And it's quite prominent. So I may have filled this one last night and sanded it down this evening when I got home from work. And there are a few low spots which have to be refilled, so it just levels the surface. Yeah, literally, it's just basically it's plastic, and the glue evaporates and hardens. And if you, as I say,
there's modelers and modelers, isn't there? Most modelers would just ignore the slight gaps and stuff like that. That's why I say there's modelers and modelers. There's some guys who really do go to the extreme of filling every single tiny gap and blemish.
Yes,
which I've got ultimate respect for. A bit.
Yeah. There's, like I say, there's different varieties of plastic, and they all shrink or sink to a certain level. The plastic sheet, the polystyrene plastic sheet with Humbrol glue, I find is actually the best. I make more of and use more of this than I do of the other stuff, because it doesn't shrink back. Some of it shrinks back depending on what type of plastic you have. But the plastic sheet in the Humbrol liquid poly, it's actually quite a good thick gloopy variety of sprue goo, and it's nice. It does exactly what I need it to do.
What's that piece off? Is that off that kit that's on your bench? It looks different.
No. This is from a new project. This is from my other Patreon group build project.
Okay. Your super secret builds.
My super secret build. Well, this one actually I'm allowed to display a show on other screens. But this is actually the AFE from Maxwell Abbey at Girder Bridge.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, because I'm doing a diorama this year that involves water. Because last year, and I've hidden them, I can't find them now, I may have bought some resin fish. And I want to do a diorama that has water and fish.
Awesome. Thank you, Panzer. I'm going to skip across a huge ocean to Tasmania to our Scott. Hey, Scott, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. I'm going to. I may even do some painting, but going to continue on with the Easy 8. I've built up the upper part of the turret apart from where the 50 cal goes, which I might just install shortly. Yeah, but I've left this separate from this piece, so because I'd like to paint it and then put the plastic in through here for the windows in the whatever this is, the commander part. And yeah, see how we go.
Brilliant.
So
Nice easy
hopefully by the end of this, this will have a bit of paint on it.
Yes. Just before you finish this, Scott, I remember during you when I was driving home, you were discussing you didn't know what those things that stick out the back of the turret are. They are actually the securing mounts for the transport of the 50 caliber.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's what those are.
Right, let me try and catch up with the chat now before we go any further onto my bench. We start off with loads of people saying hi. Welcome, David Markey. Welcome to Sophie. Scroll down. Everybody's saying hi. Phil's model making. Hi. Welcome, mate. Dan Usher. Welcome, mate.
Hey, Dan. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
Boston Buzz is joining us as well.
Yeah.
Bill says, hang on, let's bring it up. That's interesting, Panzer. I have a bottle of Humbrol liquid poly I just don't use. Might convert it into your recipe.
Yeah. No, the best way to do it is you get plastic sheet. What's the hell's my plastic sheet? And of course, oh, it's hiding. Wait a minute. Drum roll, please. We all use plastic. We all use various versions of plastic sheet. And we all cut pieces. And all I do is I used to be a smoker, and I used my old tobacco to keep the offcuts of plastic strip in it that I used. Even we also used the likes of the evergreen or the various versions of plastic. We have always offcuts, and the offcuts that you use, I just throw them into some plastic glue and let them dissolve. You'll know when you've got the right thickness. Yeah, it won't be too thick and it won't be too thin. It'll be just perfect. And you just apply it and leave it overnight to cure, and it dries.
How long does it last when it's in the bottle?
It depends because you keep occasionally. For example, this one's a bit thick, so I may have to add some more glue to that to help thin it out a wee bit. But the thicker it is, the more level it levels off and it cures a bit quicker. The more solvent you have, the longer it takes to cure.
Okay, and it doesn't make a difference between Tamai extra thin and say the Revel contactor.
Yeah, well, Revel Contact, I wouldn't use that, but I would use a liquid brushable plastic glue like Megamo, the Tamiya Extra Thin, or the Humbrol Liquid Poly.
So something with a bit more acetone in it. Is that
Yes,
what
yes.
Right.
You can make it yourself with acetone and xylene, but not a lot of people have access to pure acetone. It's all this
Pure
reconstituted
acetone,
stuff.
it's available on eBay because I bought 5 litres of it for 25 quid.
5 liters of acetone, huh?
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
That's a lot of fingernails.
I was about to say, what's your second business?
I use a lot of it, to be fair. Like, I use it to clean out the airbrush. I use it to, water down paints and stuff like that. It really does dry off paints really quickly.
Yeah.
That's all says in the chat. Evening, folks. It's feeding time at the zoo. If there's grandkids around or something. A feeding time at the zoo, but you're allowed speakers, so keep it child-friendly. Okay, we'll try and avoid all the bad words that we don't normally use. It's an early evening show, so we don't normally swear on the early evening one, so you're okay. And yeah, welcome to everyone watching across the internet right now. We've got 26 people watching.
Hey.
Keeps on bouncing between 28 and 32, so that's a good start to the show. Thank you, everyone. It is much appreciated, I assure you. Right, let me just go down. Everyone's saying hi to each other right now. Hi, 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 hi. Right, I've just got to Phil's comment. Let me go down. David Markey says, Terry, the starter poster of the tank. Are you saying it's Judgment Day? Right, let me quickly go down these things. So I want to get to what's on my bench. Come on, Dan. Here we go. It's good to use for tube poly. They put it in starter sets. It's good to use the tube poly. Yeah, I get what you
No,
mean.
he's asking, is it good to use? No. That's not liquid. It's that's just a solid cement that it will just sit there and look at you. It will dissolve the plastic very slowly. You want an aggressive solvent, and the liquid is the best version.
Dad is asking what's scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Yeah, we've got to mention this. Who wants to take this one?
I'll do it because I know all of them. Three good friends of ours on the YouTube community. That's Carol at Carol Scale Modelling, JC of JC Bricks and Builds, and Joshy B, who is Joshy. They 2 weeks ago they started on their own live stream on a Thursday night at 10 o'clock UK time, and it's called Three Men and a Couple of Printers. And it's a late night chat and model making stream, and you go along and watch it. It's a really nice, relaxed layout of the stream, and they're basically painting and doing what people usually do after stream in off-air hangouts, and they're doing it as a live stream. Between the three of them, they're each hosting it themselves on their own channels each week. The first one was done on Carol's, last week's was done on JC's, and tonight is on Joshy. Now, tonight, Joshy is breaking his YouTube cherry, hosting his first ever live stream. Joshy's been in and out of live streams and chats a lot over the last few years. He's actually hosting his own first live stream tonight. So go along, give him a support, give him a thumbs up, and interact and watch if you're around. It's a nice, relaxing stream. So we wish Joshy all his best for breaking his duck and hosting his first live stream tonight.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's not a very easy thing to do, is hosting your first ever live stream.
Yes.
That is true.
It's easy enough to find Joshy B as well. It's just after you do the youtube.com/@JoshyB1106. Head over there, give it a subscribe, and hit notifications. None of it costs you anything, and then you'll be notified every time Joshy B goes live. And to give a little bit of support to a new streamer in the community, always a good thing. Gives people something to watch if they're bored. So thanks for that, all the people who head over there and give it a sub.
Yes.
Usually we'll say watch something of theirs just to make sure your subscription will stay, because sometimes YouTube will take it off you. But in this case, we sort of can't really do that because he hasn't got anything until after today.
Yes. Yeah, so watch the stream after it's finished, and then your subscription will count, and YouTube won't flag it as you being a bot, because that's what the bot accounts do. There's literally companies in India where you can buy tens of thousands of subscribers, but what that does is it's just fake accounts subbing, and that's all they'll do. The fake account will not watch any of the videos, so YouTube gets rid of those bot accounts. It has a cull every week or so, and if you're unlucky enough to have the cull on the day that you subscribe, well, it'll go straight away. And I think that's what happened to Joshy last time, because people that subscribed the day after, all those subscriptions disappeared. So I kind of feel for Joshy at the moment. If we can help him out, it'd be a great thing.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go through the chat a bit more before I hit what's on my desk. Boston Bud says scatterbrained would best describe it at the moment, but we'll see how some Terry therapy does. Oh, thank you, Boston Buds.
Terry therapy. There you go.
Kind of rolls off the tongue nicely, that
It
Terry
does,
therapy.
doesn't it?
Carl Scale Modelling's in. He says hi. All you've got an invite, Carl, if you've got time, but I know you're busy today on your stream. Athol says, "Come on, Athol, get your comment up." There we go. Ich bin only cookies. You know how to make. What about ginger and fruit cookies? That's at Sophie. Dan Usher says, "Blast! I'm in bed by then." Oh, that must be for Josh's stream. Okay.
Watch it back.
There you go. I have posted the link. Even
Josh,
though I had two Terrys talking at me at the same time.
Mhm.
Joshi is a super host for streams. I mean, he's been doing he's been chat dolly on a lot of my friends' streams, and he's so good at it. A real good talker. A bon
Yes,
vivant, one might add.
Yes.
he's
Phil
even
Butler,
interviewed.
I'm old.
He's even interviewed a couple of people that fell asleep. One was by accident, I might say, but yeah.
Dan Usher says, "Up early is my excuse, Phil." David Markey says, "Hello, Atoll." Boston Bud says, "Way to go, Joshy B." Yeah, it's about time he started streaming. Dan Usher says, "Post the link then, Panther," and which he's done. Athol says, "Have you not got a sleeper cabin, Dan, in your lorry?" He must have. He drives an Arctic. Carl Scale Modeling says, "Cheers, mate." Dan Usher says, "Nope, I'm a day man, Athol." Okay. Dave Mac Builds says, "Hey, Dave Mac, welcome aboard, mate. Good evening, Terry, Panther, Scott, Marcus, and all in chat."
Hey, Dave, mate.
Atul McNichol says, "Oh, so when it's dark, Dan heads for home, food and bedtime." That's a great job. Boston Buds, lots of laughing. Panther Cat has added the link to Joshy B's stream. Thank you, Panther. And
You're
Phil
welcome.
He says, "Just found and sub to Joshy." Thank you, Phil. Make sure when he goes live tonight, if you can, either watch the stream. Well, watching the stream won't cut it. You'll have to watch a little bit of the video after it's finished for the sub to count. I know it's a pain in the ass, but it's the only way YouTube can get rid of bot accounts. Carl Scout Modeling says, "Thanks, Terry. No worries, mate. Going to give you a few shout outs on this stream if we can. I mean, it's 6:20 already, and we're going till 7, and I've got a lot to do on what's on my bench, so I'm going to get a move on this chat." David Markey, hello, Dave. Dave McBills, hi, David. Sophie says, "Just sub to Joshy channel." Thank you, Sophie. Hi, Dave Mac. Dan Usher says, "If only it means I don't night out and return to base each day, but still long days. 13 hours extended to 15 hours twice a week. Jesus. That sounds like my job, Dan. I quite often do 10, 12-hour days, but I don't hit the 13. I've only hit the 15 a couple of times. That was during that refit. Man, it was hell on earth, the refit at the hotel." Dave McBill says, "Hi, Sophie." Athol says, "Evening, Dave, Mac, and Phil." Carl Mother says, "Thanks for the shout out, Terry. I'm sat with Joshy, winding him up."
Yeah.
You notice he thanks you. He doesn't thank me for bigging them up. Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that.
Fancy needs a shout out there because he did the big up. But we will be mentioning it quite a lot throughout this stream, and it looks like we are going to go past 7 o'clock tonight, so that's cool. Dave
Yeah.
McBill, that's if you guys are up for it. Dave McBill says, "Hi, Atoll." Phil's Model Maker says, "Hi, Atoll." Lots of highs going on. Hi, 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 hi. Atoll says, "Evening, Carl and Michelle." And woofs. Dave McBill says, "I've been in the shed all day doing the Enterprise. A lot of PE parts." Dave, if you want me to post a link into the chat so you can join us, because you've got some incredibly awesome kits. I can just tell me, and I'll post a quick link in the chat. David Markey, hello, Carl. Boston Buzz, not David. David Markey, hello, Michelle. Lots of highs going on. Hi, hi, hi. And I've got to the end of the chat, and I've got their vocal cords stuff. Thanks for everything. Anyway, dun dun dun. This is one of 5 Tamaya full option King Tigers that I've collected over the years. All of them built by me, all of them painted by me, and something that over the last 25, 30 years, I go back to every now and again and do a little bit more on. This is the first one that I built. And what I'm going to be doing is, this has really heavy cast tracks on it, and they weigh an absolute ton. And one thing I didn't realise, because at the time everybody was doing it, putting as much metal on these plastic kits as they possibly could, and it ended up being, this weighs around about 17 kilos in total.
Jesus.
I know you don't believe me, but it's impossible to lift this up with one hand. You've got to use both hands. It is so heavy with all the extra stuff that I've put on it. The tracks themselves weigh about 2.5 kilos, 2.5, 3 kilos, something like that. So heavy. And what they did was, people made videos on YouTube when YouTube first came out of these tanks with the metal tracks, and they looked great. But the gearboxes would only last 5 minutes. They just rip apart the bearings in them and strip the gears because they were brass gears. It has a long history, these tanks. Tamiya were the first to bring out a 1:16 scale King Tiger of this detail. They got a few details wrong on it, and I've been through this on my channel a few times about the stuff that they got wrong. Let me bring that round. Now, people who know the King Tiger will instantly spot that these armoured guards on the exhausts are far too big. They were much smaller on the real thing. So that's just about the only thing that Tamiya got wrong, to be fair, considering this is full RC. Now, I've got one of the old gearboxes here. I mean, I must have about 500 quid. These gearboxes are like 75 quid each, these gearboxes. And I thought this one was knackered because of shredded gears. I'm hoping you can see this. If I wiggle that, you can see that the bearing is completely gone. It's a sealed bearing. Now, all the little bearings fell out when I picked it up. So it's been like that for a while. And what happens is, I don't know if this is going to focus, but that's the final drive shaft. And there's you can see straight through. Let me put my finger there. There's a gap there where it's just not making contact. So I'm on my last pair of gearboxes for these tanks, and I pretty soon won't be able to get any more because they're not making these anymore. The last one of these was 1998, I think, by Tamiya. And when I was doing a bit of investigation earlier on, I found something incredible. Tamiya licensed their molds for the King Tiger to guess who? Trumpeter. Let me bring this page up and I can show you the details. Right, let me go here and here. I am going to be waffling quite a bit because this is one of my favourite subjects in the entire world. This is my top model, if you would say. The things that I'm most into are the King Tigers, the Panthers, German armour. No, I'm not a Nazi. I just like good design, good looking, well designed stuff. Some might say they weren't well designed because they kept on breaking down. Well, I'm going to tell those people to go do one because, I've shown on my channel before the Samur King Tiger. Absolutely nothing done to the engine, and it's still running after 80 years. So the unreliability thing, no, you can get lost. And they bring it out for mini tracks every year as well. So it's been running at least once a year for the last 30 years at mini tracks. So that being said, let me bring up this. Let me share this with you because it's quite interesting for modelers, I think. All right, there we go. Share. Put it up. All right, let's go big screen. Right, there we go. Let me just zoom in on this so you can see the detail. Zoom. I actually didn't know that Tamiya licensed their stuff to other companies. So just like any other model company, they must license their stuff out. So the last run of these was, I think, 2004, where they added new parts to the full option there. So if I go back, and then in 2008, they must have sold the rights to the actual mold. Trumpeter, look at that! So most of the Trumpeter 1:16 King Tiger is actually Tamiya. And I thought the Japanese didn't like the Chinese.
Well,
or is Trumpeter a Japanese company?
It's a Chinese company.
Chinese company.
Yes.
And then for the remote control addicts out there that can't afford the £1,000 that these Tamiya ones now cost, Tongdi and Mojo also do a remote control version of the Tamiya mold. So if I click on that, And I do believe these are still available. And it's not bringing up that page. So it might not be available. Let me bring that one. There we got it. There we go.
Not be.
So this TD, I've never heard of Tongdi, but they would have cheaped out on the electronics inside. No two ways about it. But that is absolutely the Tamiya Porsche version. Sorry, they call it the Porsche turret, but it's not. It's the pre-production turret on it, both by Henschel. So there you go. If you wanted to get one for less than 200 quid, that's a full remote control using the Tamiya mold, the official Tamiya mold. Anyway, let's go back to this. So the adventure begins now because the tracks, the original plastic tracks that were on these tanks, I sold on eBay because I thought I would never use them again. And obviously now I regret that. So I had to find some. Again, the tracks, a pair of Tamiya official plastic tracks for these, 75, 80, up to 100 quid on eBay. I thought, no. And then I looked at a company called Henlong. Henlong is a Chinese company that didn't license the mold, but copied the Tamiya mold. And I was thinking, well, their plastic tracks must be the same size, with it being 1:16. So I started looking for Henlong tracks, a pair of Henlong tracks, off of our friends at AliExpress, based in China. And guess what? A pair of these plastic tracks, £3.25.
Wow.
You heard correctly. £3.25 for a pair of tracks that, if they were Tamiya, had the Tamiya label on them, would be 75 quid. Now, we're about to find out if these do indeed fit. I need to take the metal ones off, which means I need to take the superstructure off of the tank. And this is going to be an adventure. People have seen these tanks before on the inside. You will not recognise the inside of this, because with it having metal tracks and being so heavy, I had to make a lot of adjustments to this to make it actually fit. Well, not fit, but strengthen the hull up. We'll get to see some details in a moment. I just need to unplug the superstructure. There's a lot of cables because this has the official Tamiya battle system on it as well. So lots more wiring on this than standard. Unplug that. Come on out.
He hasn't seen it yet, Jess.
1 second, guys. I will be back to the chat in just a second. Right, so this is the turret coming off. And if I show you the underside, you will instantly recognise it. You've seen these before. That it is indeed a Tamiya full option. That's the turret rotation unit, and a bit further forward, you can see all the gubbins for the recoil and the flash inside the turret. Now, on this, I moved the original speaker, which is a whopping great unit that went across there, into the turret, just to make space for more batteries, because back in the day, there was only NiCad batteries available, so those get a lot of space. And if I bring the camera up, all of this is scratch built. All of this strengthening here is scratch built, and that covers the motors and the gearboxes to stop grease splattering all over the place. At the back here, this has got a smoke machine under there, which I built myself out of a copper box and some heating element out of a hairdryer. There are videos of that way back in the early days of my channel, and switching unit. Now, to get these tracks off, because Tamiya, now I need to find one. What I had to do on this is slightly bend over all the pins so they wouldn't fall out, because what was happening is they were working their way towards the hull, and there is a piece at the back which knocks the pins back in, but it was making a right racket when it was doing it as a normal tank. Is that normal for a tank? They had like a wedge that knocked the pins back in if they were coming out?
Yes, this is the difference between a live pin track and a dead pin track.
Right, I need to find one of these that is my Alpha.
Not your Omega, just the Alpha.
I need to find one that hasn't got the bend on it, or I'm not going to get it out. Right, there she is. Right, come on. I need to get it out with a blade.
He has the need for speed.
Here we go. So obviously these tracks are all weathered and whatever, and you can see there's a lot of wear on the tracks. They've been around the garden a lot. So that's that
I
done.
can see why.
And it's got a tensioning system as well. These tracks originally came from a guy called Kenny Kong. He was the first guy to produce these in Hong Kong for the Tamiya tanks. And he also had his very own tensioning system because the original Tiger 1 to 16 from Tamiya, the tensioning on it wasn't enough to hold the metal tracks back enough. So these, I mean, you can't. I wish I had some scales here to show you the weight on these. It's ridiculous.
Drop. I tell you, I've got an idea. Take your shoe off, drop it on your toe.
No,
I'll do it.
That will certainly let the audience know just how heavy they weigh.
and it would fit with the channel of me damaging myself every single stream.
See?
I,
Something
I
good.
didn't. I didn't bring that up.
So the only difference between the original Tamiya tracks, I mean, these are Tamiya tracks, no two ways about it. Absolute copy of Tamiya plastics. But what they've done with the pins is they've made it wedged. So when you put the pin in, it grips it and it shouldn't come out. So let's see if this fits. Shall we? Are you ready?
We are ready.
Well, it's exciting for me. Hang on. This fits. Man, I'm going to order like hundreds of them and sell them on eBay.
At a vastly inflated price.
It'll be reasonable. I mean, if the Tamiya ones are 75 quid, then I'll do these at 74.99. It's okay, darling. You're going to be lighter soon.
Going on a diet.
Oh, it's an exact fit. Exact fit. Crikey. Right, put you in. I could have done with a couple of more links because my metal ones were really loose and looked a bit more real. Right, so what I need to do is get that over there. Get the pin back in. Let's see if I can get this pin back in without too much hassle. Right, I need this to be... Come on, get on. I need a proper track gripper like they use on real tanks. That's what I need.
And a crew.
Have I got this correct? I have. Right. Oh, this is going to be difficult, this. Wind it back. If I can get this matched up, then... Come on. Nearly there. Just hold that there. Apologies for the state of my fingernails today. I have been painting again at work, so... Have I got that in? That in? Oh, get in there! Perfect, Panzer.
Good.
Right, come on.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, what he will not be doing is powering up the tank on the bench and rocking it backwards and forwards just in case it leaps off the bench and he hurts himself again.
Is that a perfect fit? Come on. Right, I don't know if you can see this, but the sprocket there, hopefully you can see it. Hang on, let me go big. Let me go big. Right, so the sprocket teeth, there's one, there's the other, and these are a absolute perfect fit. Yeah, no, they're not. going on there?
Oh,
Hang on a minute. That's me. What I need to do is disaster. No.
Terry is not going to be making a fortune.
God damn you, Henlong, you cheap ass git. They look like they would be bang on, but look at that.
Yes.
okay.
Hang on. I don't know if you can see this. Let me focus it. Come here. Channel, what was it, 1 I'm on? Yeah, I'm on 1. Hang on. I'm just going to focus in. Don't know if you can see this. But if I line that one up there. I've not got my finger in. There we go. Right. That one's all lined up. The next one, just slightly up. The next one.
Yeah. The picture's wrong. Just slide the link forward one on your metal tracks, because I may have noticed something else. Okay, no, it's just the optical illusion. I was going to say, because they got the grousers on the trackpads wrong, but no, it's just the fact that they were out of sequence.
So the tracks for the Henlong ones, they're slightly wider. Balls, absolute balls.
Ah,
I've only wasted £9.
yeah, could have been worse.
Disaster!
It could have been. It could have been worse. You could have bought 30 sets of them to try to sell them on eBay.
Thing is that they sell the Henlong tracks for £50 on eBay. So profit. Right, guys, I'm going to go back to chat for a little while since my dastardly plan has failed. So I'll be looking out for authentic Tamiya tracks now.
Alternatively, what you could do is you could go and look for Henlong drive sprockets.
I wonder if... No, I don't think they'd fit. Because they've got different... The Henlong motors have got different output sprockets. I've got a Henlong motor here somewhere. It's not near to hand, but I will show you.
Damn, he saw through my...
Incredibly cheap design from them.
Yeah. I'm sure if you Google Henlong Tamiya King Tiger adapter, the sprocket adapter, you'll find one.
Hang on a minute. Let me go back to where I got to on the chat. There we go. Boston Bud says he's not going to eat us, is he? I've no idea what that refers to because I lost the chat. Boston Bud says I kind of still like the Mortal World. Dave Macbell says would love to, Terry, but I've had a few whiskies when I got it. Oh, no worries, mate. Phil says what a beast. Absolutely, mate. Ganesh says a bit like Painted the Fourth Bridge. Absolutely. Phil's model making. Hi, I'm Terry, and welcome to Ozarma. Carl Scale Model says, did you pick up Dolly as well as the tank? No, mate. Dolly's never making a comeback. That's gone. Done and dusted. Dan Usher says, bit like the real thing then, Terry. Oh, so funny. Jet Scale Model says, I'm sure that was referring to the gearboxes on the knackered gearbox I showed you. Jet Scale Model says, I'm not sure if you have that right, Mr. Little History. I believe you're looking at the history of the trumpeter kit. I don't think it has anything to do with the Tamiya kit. I might be wrong, but that's what I was confused about, because when I typed in 1 to 16 Tamiya King Tiger, it came up with the trumpeter thing in the timeline. So I could be wrong as well, mate. I don't pretend to be exactly right on that. But either way round it, there's no two ways about it. They've all copied whether they got license for it. The outer hull absolutely is copied from Tamiya, without a doubt. But that might not be true either, because I just found out that the tracks are different for the headlongs. Sophie says hi, Jet. And welcome aboard, by the way, Jet. I missed that one. Everyone's saying hi. Everyone's saying hi, hi, hi. Let me go. Come on, hi, hi, hi. Hi's all in one. Let me do all the highs. Hi, hi, hi. Jack Gilmore says the Tiger Tank Type VI King Tiger Henschel turret trumpeter number is a full interior kit. I think you are reading the history chart incorrectly on scale, mates. Yeah, I fully admit I got that wrong. It's a wrong day for me today, isn't it?
But funny for the rest of us.
Yeah, no worries, Jet. And Jet says, by the way, I have that kit from Trumpeter with a bunch of resin upgrades from Davis Parker at a AFV modeler.
Yeah. There's the guy called David Parker who produces a magazine called AFV Modeler. And he was building some of the big 1/16 scale kits. And he literally did it over the course of several years. And he was noticing the inaccuracies, so he started his own line of products to create and correct the inaccuracies in the kit, whilst flogging his magazine. And it said, if you haven't purchased or seen any of his magazines, the big 1/16 scale builds are incredible.
Right. Do you know what? I'm gonna buy some of the Heng Long sprockets anyway, final drive sprockets, and see if I can finagle it to fit on. Because one thing I can't be spending 150 quid on gearboxes, and especially when they're out of production now. There's going to be a time where I just can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
And Adol says Terry's motto is blood for the viewers and not as required by Chaos Marines for the gods. Blood for the viewers for the gods.
There you go, Marcus.
Hated man, welcome aboard, mate.
I was going to say, there you go, Marcus. The first time you've ever been called a god, isn't it?
It's not the first time.
Carl Scale Molly says it could be worse, Panzer. May have wasted £9. Front page news. Lots of hellos going on. Josh is in the house as well. Joshy B, evening Terry, gents at the bench on panel. Fox in chat. Hope you're all well, and we are, Joshy B. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, Joshy.
Jet Scale Model says, by the way, a quick story. I bought the Tiger 1/16 scale full option kit from Tamiya in 2009. Mate, I love them. I've got, like I say, I've got 5 of them now. All in various degrees of not finished.
It's about to say decay, but
that's kind of like the German army during the Second World War. Most of their King Tigers were in states of disassembly.
Well, you see, the vision I've got is there is a very famous piece of film. Hang on, let me just. I'm going to dig it up.
Of German Tiger tanks being on parade.
Yep.
I think that's the SS Heavy Panzer Battalion 501.
It is, and it is just an amazing piece of footage. And I wanted to recreate that, but with Tamiya 1/16s.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had 40 of them in that video, so yes. I'm 5 in.
Yeah, that was the heavy tank. That was a heavy tank battalion.
Yeah. And if you notice, all of them were running order.
Well, it would have to be for propaganda purposes.
David Mike says hello, Joshy, and Jet says, hang on, come on, Jet, get it coming up. Here we go. I took it to a model show, put it on the table next to all the other models, and I accidentally started it up. and it was moving forward, and it could have destroyed quite a few kids if I had hit the emergency stop.
That would have been a sight to see. Destruction.
That's cool.
That, that,
He just
that
turned
would
the
have
truck
been the
off.
talk of the show.
Jet would have been the
destroyed a few kids, but either way, that was funny.
Jet would have been the talk of the show, and not in the nicest way possible either.
Mm.
So to say I'm a little disappointed would be an understatement.
Would be a serious understatement.
Ah,
But
yeah.
but at least you've learned an important lesson in life. Get rich quick schemes don't work.
Well, I'm going to put this down to experience,
Mhm.
and I'm easily going to get my money back on these because, like I say, the hen long ones still sell for 50 quid a pair. So there's quite a lot of profit there if I flog these on eBay.
True.
What?
Oh,
Hang on. Let me pull happy face. Hang on, let me pull happy face.
What?
Where's my camera gone?
What?
Where's my camera gone?
Yes, Terry is capable of doing a happy face.
You can't get more happy than this.
Are you sure?
Carl, completely unexpected, but thank you so much. Carl has just become our latest member to this mental group of modelers.
Ooh.
Ooh, cool.
Wow, I am honoured, Carl. I really am. Thank you so much. I hope I make it worthwhile for you.
Now you have to read his chat.
Thing is, I've got no chance. If everybody became a member, right, I'll never get any modelling done because I have to put all that chat in.
That's what your co-host is for. He can highlight messages on his.
Look who else is in the chat.
Hang on a minute. Mark's Hobbies in the chat. Who have I missed? Yeah, Mark's Hobbies. Welcome aboard, mate. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat. Hang on.
Good luck.
Yeah, Carl just said it there. Now you have to read my chat. Oh, I know chats. I know his plan now. He's going to be copying and pasting Shakespeare into the chat. Joshy B says,
Hello,
that's
Joshy.
where you're wrong, Panther. Get rich schemes do work. It's just you have to either live in Spain or South America for the rest of your life. So if any of you out there need some hen-long tracks going cheap, give me a shout. Now, if any of the guys who watch this channel do need some 1/16 hen-long tracks that don't fit to my 1/16 tanks, give me a shout. I'll just post them to you. That's if they don't go on eBay first. Atoll says, "Oh, is that what all the rumpus is about? Joshy B going live tonight on his first ever YouTube show. Hope it goes well." Yeah, we do as well. It's about time. Joshy's a great host. He's got a great voice. He's a, what's the word I'm searching for? He's just a bon vivant. He's like so many things he's knowledgeable about and talks about. It's just great. I'm sure the stream's gonna do really well. I'm absolutely confident on that. And I'll be watching as well, Joshy. I'll throw my support behind that one.
Alas, I won't be, but I will be listening to it in the car on the way to work tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Phil's Model Making says, hello, Mark. Jet Scale Model says, I just sold a space shuttle die casting that I bought 2 years ago from Dragon Wings. Dragon Wings collection. I paid £55 and I got 246 for it on eBay. Oh, well done, mate.
Right.
You see, back in the day, back around 2000, 2002, 2003, you could get ready-built Tamiya 1/16 King Tigers and stuff like that for 150, 200 quid. People just didn't want them anymore. But as soon as the production stopped on them, the price went bonkers, like literally crazy. But that's the same with all model companies. I'll give the perfect example. The Airfix Mosquito 124 that came out in 2010, I believe. Short run. I think they only produced them for a year, if that. All that stock went. Airfix didn't re-release it, if I've got my story correct. I'll have to get a scale max and double check that. People are double checking everything I say. And that now, I think the release price for it was 120 quid. And they're now going for 400 quid. Bonkers.
Yeah, bonkers.
They're fact checking you, Terry. They're fact checking you.
That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Look, mate, I'm not one of these people that tries to stick to something that is obviously been proven that I'm wrong. So, and if you can admit you're wrong, that's the first step to being a human being, I think. God, I don't have to talk some rubbish. Stephen Hayes has joined us as well. Hey, Stephen, welcome aboard, mate. He says, hi, Terry, Panzer, Marcus, and Scott, and everyone in chat, I would imagine.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
Yep.
I'm going to drop some links for my friends as well who've joined me on the panel today. Spring Blues in says hi, Terry, panel and chat. Ichbin Sophie says hi, Stephen. Used your full name there, Sophie. Stephen Haynes says hi. Phil's model making, lots of highs going on. Carl Scale Modelling says now he's a member. I can't miss his chats. Carl Scale Modelling says now you have to read my chat. I don't know what to say. That's okay, mate. You can say whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want. Remember, Atol's got his kids round. Well, not his kids, his grandkids and that. Stephen Haynes Model says hi, Dave Matt Bills. Springfield says, wow, I've lost my spanner here too. Stephen Haynes says, Ich bin Sophie. David Marcus says, hello, Stephen. Stephen Haynes says, hi, it's Carl Scale Modelling. Lots of highs. Hi, 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 hi. Let me get to the bottom of the highs. Hi, 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 hi. And that's all the highs done. Right, I've got to get this track off somehow. Now I've sealed that in with that pin. Let's go to the camera. In fact, no, what I'm going to do is post links to everyone who's on the panel right now. Just in case we've got any new viewers on Rumble or Twitch. If you are watching on Rumble, by the way, please, it would be awesome if you could throw a sub onto my YouTube channel as well. And also, thank you for following me. We're up to 54 followers now on Rumble. Let's talk about, was it 54? 50? I'm so wrong today about everything. Oh, yeah. Sorry, 52 followers now. Up one from the other day's stream, which is cool. It's growing on Rumble. And I recommend everyone who's a YouTube streamer right now to jump on the Rumble thing, because it is getting bigger and bigger every single day. There's a bit more freedom over there as well. You don't get so many tellings off from Rumble as you do on YouTube. So welcome everyone, Twitch, Rumble, and the YouTube in full glorious 1080p. Welcome aboard. Right, let me find these links. Like as a Mojo. It's easy for me to find the links for the people on the stream because I've got it in the description to the video as well, so I'll just copy and paste. Copy.
Paste.
And here we go. Marcus link, Control V. There we go.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And I appreciate you guys giving up your time to join me on these streams. I really do.
Oh yeah, it's such a burden.
Marcus is a very, very good modeler. And as we're on the subject of Marcus, let's go to his bench. And he can tell you what he's doing there.
Well, so for you who don't know, it's the Knight Abominant Warhammer 40k Chaos Knight, massive, mahusive kind of a kit. So what I'm doing now is painting armor. It's the black is Chaos Black with the gold is Retributor armor for now. First layer is going on now. So in details.
I'm loving the gold detail. That's awesome.
It's going to get dulled down when I weather it. It's just bright and shiny right now. It's going to be a bit dirty. He's a dirty fella. It's going to be that, you know.
I mean, the brushes that you're using there, are those the same ones I've got? I got a set off Timo. Are those the expensive ones?
No, these are cheap ones called Tri-Grip Detailer. They're not expensive at all, mainly because I go through brushes like some people go through tissue paper, and yeah, I'd rather buy the cheap ones. It works for me. I don't think they have a brand name.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, mate.
You're welcome.
Right, I'm going to grab our Scott's link.
Oh.
That's a strange sensation you're feeling, Scott. Terry's grabbed you by the link.
Ooh. Well, when I can find it, there it is. As we saying, it's easy to find, but there's 40 odd people that have been on my platforms.
Just grab some pepper, you might find it then.
So I've got it. Okay, the great news is the other day, when was it? You passed the 100 subscriber mark, Scott.
Yeah.
I did, yes.
Congrats again.
And it was on one of our live streams, wasn't it, if I remember rightly?
We did a stream especially for it.
So how many are up to now? 252? No?
100 actually, I haven't looked today, but it was on 102.
Oh.
There's kind of benchmarks when you're streaming on YouTube and stuff. You know, your first 100, awesome. Then you think everything's going to explode and I'm going to get to 200 next day. And it doesn't happen. It just takes time. You just got to keep on getting the content out and you will get there, Scott. But
Yeah.
Scott's got the 100.
I lost one. It's 101 now.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Oh,
That means somebody subscribed and then didn't watch any of your content.
it's all right. I'm still above 100. I'm good.
Nice one. So I'm going to do this again. If you're not subscribed to Scott, he's a really good friend of mine. He's from Tasmania, so have some sympathy.
Wow. Well, some sympathy votes.
Yeah, I thought I was brutal in my put downs, but gee, Terry, I'm an amateur compared to you.
So just like Pete from Moscow Modelling says, you're not even a proper bloody Australian.
Oh. There we go.
No, I'm not Scott. Okay, there's Scott's link. If you're not subscribed, head over there, give it a subscribe, hit the notifications because Scott is live streaming himself now. And don't forget to watch at least a little bit of one of the videos so that YouTube doesn't spot you as a bot and remove you. Okay.
I did a short with the Terry tribute build, so there's something you can watch.
Trust me, Scott is an extremely good modeler. You will not regret subbing to that channel. And we come to the big man himself. Here we go. Panzer Cat.
Hello. I'm busy adding side panels to the short girder bridge here, so that I can work out exactly what size the damn model is going to be, because I need to add weight to the back of the vehicle. It says 100 grams, but that's the size of the bridge. Oi.
Did you say bridge?
Bridge, yes, short girder bridge.
Okay.
That's the bridge. The bridge is over a foot, and it's supposed to be held at an angle like that. And I may have to increase the angle of arc of it. It's going to be a big model when I've finished it.
It looks it.
Yeah.
And I'm not having a go, Pants, or anything. I'm really not having a go. I'm not picking on you or anything. But isn't it about time you got some new content on your channel?
I have content on my channel. But I keep doing all these live streams to help support
I meant some new content, not content from when you were 14 years old.
Yeah, I do, but here's the thing, Terry. I have so many hours in the day, and I seem to spend it supporting and helping out on all my other friends on YouTube live streams.
Oh God, now I feel guilty.
Yeah, you should.
Exactly. But no, there are videos coming. It just, to me at the moment, it's getting time to edit the videos. I have actually built a kit. I built a kit over the course of 18 months, and it's the question of you film it. And I like to edit videos into short format videos because I feel that the human being's attention span watching someone stick pieces of plastic together, there is a limited edition. There's a limited time span of that. So I've broken it into 12-minute segments, and that will be starting to be released later this year. I have a video dropping at the end of this month, beginning of April, and then a couple of weeks later there will be the first of the resin build that I was doing, that I filmed, coming out.
Cool.
Which will be the unboxing sequence.
I think this is
forward
to
to
you.
it,
So, sorry, two people were talking at the same time there.
I said I'm looking forward to the videos, Panzer.
And I was
Right.
saying, I think that's to you, Panther.
Yes. Oh, right. OnlyFans doesn't count. Yes. 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 I don't have an OnlyFans. Other people have, Joshy. Just saying.
He doesn't have an OnlyFans that he advertises on here. Put it that way. Joshy V says, Marcus, can you say "oh no" again in the way you just did, please?
Oh no! Oh no!
Dave McBill's awesome. Thank you, sir. He's just subbed to Scott's channel. Thank you. And we got TBG
nice.
in the house. TBG!
Hey, TBG.
Another awesome YouTuber putting loads of content out at the minute. Brilliant stuff. Dave McBill says hi, TBG. Lots of highs going on. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Tonight's Josh's first stream. He's on 89 subs at the moment. It would be awesome to get into 100 tonight. Look, I'll be there for you, mate. I'll be supporting it. I'm doing all I can now. So, David Mack says hello, James. Stephen Tane says hi to Goldie Go. And then we got the Panthers link. Head over there, give it a subscribe, watch a little bit of his 30-year-old videos.
Well, it is content after all.
Yeah, all content's content. I'm joking. It's not that old. I think you got one of them 6 months old or something like that. And I'm only taking the mickey. No, it's just a bit of friendly banter. That's all.
Exactly.
No one throw teddies out of cots and lots of highs going on. Joshy B says OnlyFans does not count as your content channel. There we go. That was what they were on about earlier on. I'm slowly catching up with the chat. I'm getting there. Mark's hobby says he's got 39. He'll get there, Mark. Just continue pottering away. Get some content out. In fact, let me just nip over to Mark's. You see, usually I tend to only pop links into the chat myself when it's someone that's been on the panel a few times and we've got to know them after a while. There has been times before where I've included links to people and they've ended up being a complete dildo. Well, you know what?
A complete what, Terry?
So I've got to remember that Atol's got his kids around. I'm not allowed to swear. I caught myself.
I can do it for you.
But we generally tend not to swear on this stream.
Mark Dobbies, let me go to that channel. Right, okay, here we go. Go to channel. Let's hit it with a subscribe first. There we go. You got 40 now, mate. All right, let me grab a link. I'm dump it in there. Right, let's hit Mark's hobbies. Get the link that works. There we go. Copy. Here we go. Let's get a link in for Mark. Dave Max just sub Panther as well. Thank you, Dave.
Yes, I've been sub to Dave Mack for quite some time.
Mark's hobbies. There you go, Mark. Let's try and get you a few more. There's a link to Mark's YouTube channel. Let's get you a few more, Mark. Obviously, I can't say who's going to subscribe or whatever. It's just I think it's just nice to do it when we're doing a live stream. People take part in my chat and stuff. I don't mind. Right, let's have a watch of a video so YouTube doesn't. Oh, U96. It's got a U96 with opening torpedo doors. Right up my street.
I was going to say, Terry, there's something you should do. You should do the 1/35th scale submarine that's coming out and do opening torpedo doors.
Oh.
What
And then-
kit is that, Mark? Hang on. I can't spend the entire stream watching your vids. I'll watch them later. But what kit is that with the working torpedo doors?
I'm going to hazard a guess. I'm going to say it's the Revel 1/72nd scale submarine.
No, I don't think it is. Doesn't it look like Rebel?
Does it not look like Revel, or is it Italieri? Because I know one of them does a big submarine kit.
Oh, cheers, Joshy. I've done all the ones that I wanted to get out of the way, people on the panel and that. But if you want to drop links to Carl and Michelle's channel, that's fine. It's obviously fine. He's a member now. He gets all the cheese.
Did you say all the?
Used to tell me what kit, whose kit that submarine was.
Did you say all the teas or all the cheese?
All the cheese.
All right.
Cheese.
Sophie, sleepy time. Sophie, thank you so much for joining us.
Good night, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Dreams. I'm gonna have to watch. He's gonna look. I see what Mark's done now. He's put a little bit of a video of the U-96.
To draw you in.
Yeah. Come on.
First one's free.
Come on.
You got to work for the rest. Yeah.
Hang on, Mark's Hobbies. Is that Mark's Mods? No, it's not Mark's Mods. It can't be.
No.
Videos. Right. Let's go to videos. Oh, you got an R2D2! Get in there. Right, stop it. I meant to be doing a live stream here. I'm just spending time watching somebody else's channel. Oh, it's a Hachette U-96. Ah, okay. Okay, so we're still on about it. Joshy B's first ever stream coming up tonight. I would really love everyone that's in the community right now. I mean, we're bouncing between 30 and 35 people. We go get those 35 people watching Joshy's tonight. It'll be superb. There's a link in the ticker rolling along the bottom. It's easy enough. At Joshy B 1106 or 1106. Get over there, subscribe, hit the notifications, and you'll get notified when it's on. What time is it tonight that Joshy B's on?
10 o'clock.
10.
Yeah,
Yep.
10 o'clock UK time.
Oh, you should do all right anyway because you get all the Americans in. In fact, I'm going to give it a shout out on my channel then. Maybe Brian can. We're honoured. Dominique, welcome aboard, Dom. Dom.
Hey, Dom.
Dom!
Hey, Tom.
How you doing, buddy? Can't hear you.
He's not speaking. He probably can't hear us.
Dominique, you're live.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We thought you'd been dazzled by your LGBTQ keyboard.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no. I have trouble with my headphone.
Yes, you're not wearing it.
No, that is the thing with this streaming thing. My headphone is not working.
Oh,
Okay.
Dominic,
Yeah,
the best
I have a new keyboard a really long time now, for 2 weeks.
the best advice to help you get your headphones working is to take them,
Now you
Throw
know
them-
what I want
throw-
to build?
throw them at the wall very violently. That'll make them work.
Dominique, that's not a keyboard. That's a disco.
I cannot hear you. What the fuck is going on?
oh, you can't tell him off either, can you?
You can't hear me. Dominique, just remember that Atoll's got his grandkids at his house at the moment, so we're trying to keep the swear words to the minimum. He didn't hear me, did he?
Nope.
He didn't know.
Okay.
Ah. Right, look, Man's page. Let me pop over to Tin Man. Pal, Tin Man, go to channel.
Oh my god, my whole fucking
Oh, I'm already
computer
subbed
is...
to Tin Man. Yeah, I am. I'm already subbed to you, Tin Man.
Okay, what I did for the 48 last weekend,
Ah,
I built a Spitfire in 1/48 scale, Airfix one,
yep.
and this is the result for now. I prime it on Sunday afternoon, no, Sunday morning, and I let it dry, and I primed all the small parts too. I had trouble with the fit. Um, I need to fill. I was a little bit filling up. I think it was on this side. You cannot see it anymore, but I filled a little bit up. Um, it's a nice kit to build. It's not finished. I go build that tomorrow. I do the camouflage on it. That's the plan. I have here. I think I have here the instructions. Yes. I can make this one.
We all love a Spitfire. The whole world loves a Spitfire. Not going in your collection. That's something wrong.
Yeah, Spitfire. I'm not a big fan of a Spitfire. I'm more for the P-51s, the Mustangs. I like that more.
So this is
Um,
a Spitfire then.
yeah, the thing was, we need to build a 48 kit, a 48 kit in 48 hours. And my choice was, you had a choice, a Sherman from Tamaya in 1/48 scale, or a Spitfire from Airfix.
Oh, so you
But I
didn't get
think
to
I have that
choose.
Spitfire in stock. I have that here with my stash. I think I go build that thing.
That's fair.
But it was a little bit a mistake, but I was not finished in 48 hours.
Oh.
Cool, mate. Good to have you on board, Dominique.
Yeah, good to see you, Dom.
Yeah.
Hi, hey Marcus!
Hey, Dom!
Long
He's, on,
time no see!
Very
he's, on,
much so!
he's only just realised you were there, Marcus.
I know.
Just organised it so we've got the Vikings at the top there next to each other.
I'm so inconspicuous. Not even I know where I am at times. That could be the no, sorry.
This is my spaceship.
Oh, a little falcon.
Yeah,
Happy with it?
I built it from Ravel,
Okay.
and all the little small the colors. The red one are decals, and the rest was taped and airbrushed.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I did it all from the instructions, and I like him. Yeah,
Good kit.
yeah. It's a nice kit, small, easy. You can build that thing in an you can build it in an yeah in a day, and the next day you go prime it. Maybe the same day you can prime it. The next day you can do it in the right color. You do a clear coat over it. You tape everything off what you need to do, and then you do the colors. You can do it in 2 days.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Easy,
good. Yeah.
quick build.
I am seriously loving this paint job on Marcus's thingamawhat's-it thing.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
go too close because it's not finished. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I'm just putting on some retro armor on the obvious places.
Oh, careful, mate. You'll be giving our Lindsay some competition there.
If you look too close, I've missed a lot. I have to touch up with the black afterwards. It's like wobbly hands when you try to do details, right?
Psst, mate. Soft focus is really good.
I will remember that. Thank you.
I like that Warhammer stuff.
Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is great stuff.
Lindsay's Bell says, left a comment in chat. Hang on. Let me search up for the comment.
There is a nice series of that. What is the name of the things? The green monster.
Sorry, Lindsay, if I missed one of the I'm just going to go up. I can't see it, mate. Hang on. There we go. Lindsay is going to be in York on the 8th of June. Let me bring that up on my calendar.
What happens on the 8th of June in York?
Awesome.
Lindsay visits and kicks Terry's ass.
Aha! Will that be a live event as well, or pay-per-view?
It's a Sunday, right? We're doing the Railway Museum. Yeah, let me know a bit closer, mate. And it's not a day that I work, so we'll meet up.
The last weekend of April is a railroad and modeling in Scotland.
What's that, Tom?
Yeah, I hear that in another group. I know exactly where. But I know another group of modelers going to there for the weekend.
I think that's the Scottish Nationals.
I think I am no idea. I was talking with the guys, and that weekend, yeah, we have no hangout. Then there are a couple of people going to there and taking the 1/12 scale models with him. And she's going in a group with, I think, with six people going to there
Wow.
for the weekend. That is really, yeah. She going we say that we say carpooling. People picking up together and then go with two cars.
Do you know, I keep on. I'm terrible. I gotta be the world's worst YouTube streamer. I'm just like one of the rules in when you do memberships is you got to do like different levels and that, and give people different perks. And the very minimum perk is that you read out members' chat. And I've missed so many. I am so sorry. Right, let me do them. Once you become a member, you have to read out the chat according to the YouTube rules. So, Carl Scale Modeling says, "Hi, Lindsay." Carl Scale Modeling says, "Remember, Panzer, you're still alive." Carl Scale Modeling says, "That looks great, Marcus."
Thank you.
Marcus, hello, Lindsay. Please. All right. Okay, I've read the last ones out. Okay, so I've done it. I've done my job a little bit. But thank you, all the new members. Thank you so much indeed. It really does help to support the channel. I promise you, none of. Hang on a minute. Let me change camera while I'm trying to be sincere. Let me change camera. This is me being sincere. Every penny from memberships, super chats, and all that kind of stuff, it goes towards supporting the channel. I honestly do not spend any of it on catering. None of it goes on my fridge. None of it goes on
in your
my
fridge.
weekend snacks. And everything else goes on paint and models. So I can only thank you so much. And, you know, what I like to give when people do become a member, I do pay back. I will support those members ultimately in whatever I can help with. So thank you so much. So was that sincere? Did that sound sincere?
It sounded very sincere. Luz, you shouldn't laugh too much when you do it.
No, but people are just going to take the piss out of me. Ooh,
Remember, Terry, Athel's got his grandkids visiting.
damn. Sorry, I thought. But sorry, people are just going to take the mickey anyway, so I can't win either way. But at least people have had their fail of the day. You know, Little History thinks he's going to cheap out by finding some bargain tracks off of AliExpress that are going to fit his really expensive Tamayas. No, they don't bleeding fit.
Let me give you a piece of immortal advice. The next time you do something like that, don't go live with it until you've actually done it beforehand. That way, it's not a surprise to you, and that way, if it doesn't work, you don't have a whole stream of people taking the Michael.
But it's more exciting when you do it live on spec, and if you screw up, you screw up. It's a bit more real than trying it beforehand. Trust me, if I'd have tried the mosquito beforehand with safety things in place, I would have hurt myself.
Yeah. This is the only reason why people tune into you, Terry, is to watch you see if you hurt yourself. So they can sit there and say, I told him, he didn't listen, I told him.
It's not very nice, is it?
It's funny though.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Thing is, though, when I was messing with pyrotechnics and stuff like that, by the way, I am a qualified technician, so that's in my nightclub days.
So right. I don't
In
know.
the early days of the channel, when I was blowing stuff up in the shed, realistically, something should have gone wrong then. You know, if it was going to go wrong, if you're messing with like explosives and stuff. But it didn't. It all went too smoothly.
Yes.
That's where the training comes in handy.
Yes.
That's where the training of being a
You see,
pyrotechnic.
this is what happens, Terry, when you muck about with pyrotechnics. It's not a mistake you make twice.
No, never mind.
Hello.
Oh, Bob's joining us. Hey, Bob, welcome aboard, sir.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
We have been joined from across the pond in the United States of America by the one, the only King Bob, another extremely good modeler.
Yes.
There, so I don't do bad things. Yeah, I'm
If you
just
don't
hanging
subscribe
out
to
today.
King
I
Bob
saw
yet,
your
hang on,
invite.
let me-
We're working on. I'm sorry about the light in the background. I can't. It's that time of day. Just I'm here. I'm working on the Ferrari Testarossa, the Miami
Oh,
Vice
nice.
version. The body is ready. I'm gonna do a little more touch-ups, and it's ready for clear on it. Here's we got the interior done. And the chassis is ready with the engine in it. That's the bottom side of that one. And we're also working on over here. Countach.
Gorgeous.
This
Two
was
iconic cars, mate.
this was a kit I picked up at a show as a rebuilder, and got it pretty well underway. The only thing that was missing from the kit was the engine block, so we're thinking curbside. So here's our chassis. Nobody's gonna see the bottom side of it anyway. And then our interior. We did that
Gorgeous.
in the tan leather. And this one has parts masked off because I'm getting ready. I'm going to shoot a green to purple color shift over the black. So depending on the light, it'll change from colors from black to green to purple.
I mean, people who are watching in right now, you're not getting the true benefit of what Bob does. So I'm going to drop a link into Bob's channel. Control B. There we go. Boom. If you're not subscribing yet, get yourself subscribed. Bob is one of my favourite YouTube modelers. Extreme detail. And some of the things he does with the lighting kits and stuff like that, just, oh man, just to die for.
And these are the Lamborghini wheels that I stripped and redid with the AK Super Chrome.
Very cool.
And yes, that's what we got going on. Oh, I got one more thing.
You're a man after my own heart with the AK Super Chrome. It's my go-to for chroming.
If you happen to be at a show I'm at and do a really cool model, you might find one of these on next to it when you go to pick up.
Banana. Ooh, nice.
They're a nice little token, challenge coin, whatever you want to call it. This is a poker chip, but
I like it.
see them, I'll take 3 or 4 with me every time I go to a show, and if I see something I really like, I'll put one down. Kind of like a little personal good job, pat on the back. So yeah, that's what I got going on today. In fact, the wind is finally calm enough today that I can shoot the paint on this Lamborghini.
Subbed.
Thank you, Marcus. You won't be disappointed, mate. The stuff that he's got on his channel is I'd say, yeah, I'm going to say I think it's better than Night Shift. I really do. That's saying something.
That is saying something.
In fact, I I'm uploading on my other computer. I'm uploading a video now on that Pontiac Banshee that should be live for members as soon as it's done, and for everybody else will be tomorrow, day after, 12 hours, 24 hours from now, roughly.
Mark's Hobby's just subbed. Marcus has just subbed. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone.
Midnight on the 22nd. The video will be available for everybody. But you want to spend $90 a month to become one of King Bob's minions, you get to see all the videos right away.
Very
Of
cool.
which I get like 50 cents of. YouTube takes the rest. That's what I got going on. So I'm gonna shoot that color shift on there. So either go great or hard I'll do wrong.
That's why I was stopped for a little while. Hey, Scott. Oh,
But yeah, I'm painting them. I'll put the.
I thought you were pantser for a minute there, Scott.
No, I'm painting a gun.
Gun! Big gun!
Little gun.
Oh, yeah, 50 cal.
50 cals, pretty big gun.
He's from Tasmania. It's a little gun.
Let's paint the wing first in case it goes bad. I don't ruin the whole paint kit. Paint job.
It's going to be black first, and then I'm just going to dry brush the middle parts, make it, yeah. That's what my intentions are. Of course, there are some wooden parts on the gun as well, like the handle.
Are you using Wartrek paints on your World War II armour?
Using what?
Citadel paints.
Yes, I do. Especially when it's black.
Sacrilege.
Well, the result's the same.
Heretic. That's what they say, Marcus, isn't it? You're a heretic.
Yes, that is. Burn, you heretic.
Citadel paints are really good for brush painting.
They
Yeah.
are.
Not the old ones.
Yeah.
Gee,
I don't have any old ones.
I have.
Yeah, they are really good for brush painting, Citadel. Some Citadels you might need to dip your brush in a bit of water first, just to thin it out, and so it sits level when it dries.
Yeah.
Joshy B says, so Terry, when will you be trying Warhammer? Maybe on that Sunday you can go around with Lindsay and he can choose you a kit, maybe. Sadly, on a Sunday, all the model shops are shut.
Games Workshop.
Aren't you lucky?
Games Workshop, isn't it?
Yes,
And
it
I'm
is.
sure. Right.
Answer.
So Sunday trading laws apply to Games Workshop and the reward with it.
Thing is, by the time it gets to June, they might, because York really starts picking up at the end of April. So let me just have a look. Warhammer York. Warhammer York. Look, it doesn't mean I'm going to buy anything.
That's what I said first. I'm not going to fall in the hole. I'm not going to do this and that. And what am I doing right now? Yeah, all right.
Falling in the hole, trying to get your way back out.
I haven't really fallen in the hole. I think I'm teaching to fall in the hole. I'm on the edge of falling. I'm not fully there yet.
I have the same thing, Marcus. I say always, I do never building bigger than 1/72. What I build now, 148, 132nd, 124.
Yeah.
And 135.
Yeah. I mean,
I go never paint Warhammer. And what I did a while
Painted
ago,
Warhammer.
I'm painting Warhammer.
for me, it's not so much Warhammer. For me, it's like, how can we do this so it looks absolutely gnarly and not follow box art or anything like that? That's what I want. And then I don't care if it's canon or not.
No!
So,
No!
what?
Oh, look.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh
look.
no!
Oh no!
They're open 7. They're open 7 days a week, Terry. Now you
Wow!
now you know why Lindsay's going to York.
Um,
My life. My tracks don't fit. Warhammer's open when Lindsay comes down. He's going to force me to buy a Warhammer kit.
No, he's not going to force you to buy a Warhammer kit. He's going
No.
to
That's
force you
all
to
he's
buy.
coming down for, to force me to buy Warhammer.
No, he's gonna
He's not
show
going to.
you the Warhammer. You're gonna do the buying.
Yes, yes. He's not going to make you buy one. He's going to make you buy more than one.
He's going to drag me in,
2,
kicking and screaming like a
3.
little girl.
Yeah.
No! I don't! Not back under the stairs, Daddy!
You should try that.
Terry,
Hello?
Pete the Oz modeler died
Yeah.
today with heart failure. News
Uh-oh.
from Jeff Donahue's.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Say that again?
right there on screen.
I
Oh no.
Not to be confused with Pete Oz scale modeler.
was going to say, Jesus. God, scared the hell out of me there. Not that, I still condolences and that, but
No, nog steeds niet?
I know the other Pete quite well. I didn't have much
Yeah.
with the Pete that you just mentioned, so.
Yeah, because Pete's has actually
No, it's not
Oz
that Pete,
scale
thank
modelling,
goodness. Thank goodness.
not Oz modeler. So,
It's a shame when a fellow modeler
yeah.
goes away.
Hang on, Athel's saying it is. Joshi asked, wait, Athel, is as in Pete who moved to Thailand? And then
Yes.
Athel's saying, yes, Joshi.
I haven't heard anything about that. He had a bike accident,
He had a
and
bike
he's
accident.
recovering from that.
Right, okay, I would everyone hold off from making any more comments on this because there's going to be confusion all over the place.
Yeah.
And I remember the last time someone was announced that someone had passed away, and they're still alive and well and living in Birmingham and Manchester.
Atoll is. Hang on. Does anybody have Pete or scale models on their Facebook or anything?
Yeah. Paul will. Paul Price.
Right, hold off any more comments on that, please, guys.
Yeah.
Just in case. I'm trying to find something on it.
Cool, Penny.
I know he had a bike accident and he's recovering from that, and he was recovering it well, and he was home. He was going to do a live once he didn't feel as sore because he had 6 broken ribs. Six broken ribs and a broken collarbone.
Just check it now.
And
Well, there's nothing in his posts on his channel. So
no,
Well, he's unlikely to be able to post his own death.
yeah, well,
Allegedly, yeah.
okay, a couple of people have gone off to confirm. I think.
oh, well, yeah, that's right. I've got him on the Hangouts on Facebook.
Atoll, right, Atoll's heard this off Jeff Donahue. Right, I'm going to ping Jeff an email.
Hey, Terry, I got to go.
Okay,
All right, man.
okay, Dominic. Well, if this is
Okay.
really sad,
Take
thanks for
care,
talking.
buddy.
Sorry.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Cheers,
Bye.
Dominic. No, I'm going to email Jeff. Just give me a sec. See where Jeff heard it from. I hope this isn't true. I seriously.
Yeah, Fizzy on his collarbone.
You what, mate?
On his Facebook, on the Facebook modelling group, he has a video of him riding in the ambulance to the hospital after his bike accident. But nothing else has been mentioned or said. And if it is turned out to be true, to be who would get the word out? Like,
How would even Jeff know?
yeah, oh, shout the breeze. Okay. Yeah, maybe Joshy, but he's in Thailand. Who would pass on the news?
Does he have any relatives?
Unfortunately, I haven't got Facebook. I can't do that.
Hmm.
Apparently, Jeff is active right now on Facebook.
Ah, okay.
It could be a case of Chinese whispers. Because someone else within the community passed away in December, and everyone had group builds and memoriam streams, and then at the start of the year, lo and behold, there they were, live as real in a live stream.
Josh saying, Scott, surely you would have heard something if it has happened. I mean, you're in contact with Jeff as well, aren't you, Scott?
Not with Jeff, no. No, but Paul Price is.
It was one of you guys that put me onto Jeff Donahue's channel a while back. I think it was Carl, actually.
I used to be in a group call thingy with.
There we go. The messages will start. It will either be confirmed or denied.
It'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning for him over there, so I'm not going to message him.
Wake him up.
Someone has.
Carl's messaging Jeff right now. I've sent Jeff an email as well.
Wouldn't it be funny if the only thing that's passed has been a kidney stone?
Yeah. Or we can say he has anyway and just do a group build. You know that? I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person.
Well, I've been sitting on the joke. The lady boys didn't get him, the motorbike did.
I hope it's not true. I just hope it is not true. What a great guy. Poor old Jeff's just been thundered with about 1 million emails. You watch.
Then he'll put up a group message saying it was a kidney stone that passed. God, a bloody.
I said he was going fast, not that he passed. Jet's saying there he was having issues with swollen feet. That might indicate. Yeah, okay. Let's just wait for confirmation before we.
Yeah.
What about that one from Sprue?
God damn it.
All right.
Well, another great modeler bites the dust.
Another tribute build group.
I've tried desperately not to do that joke.
Yeah, sorry, it's my black sense of humour from work kicks in. It just, if anybody's offended, please accept my apologies.
It's all right. You have to be able to laugh.
As long as he would have found it funny, it's perfectly okay.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure he would.
Jet Scale Model says, damn, sorry to hear. I was going to drop by and visit him next time in Thailand. Atoll says, Scott, just ask Jeff Donahue to contact you on Facebook for confirmation of Pete. No worries now, Atoll, that's confirmed. I think we don't need any more confirmation than that. What to say? But it won't be forgotten. That's one of the things about YouTube. Your stuff's going to be there forever.
Yep.
As long as his family doesn't go in and delete the channel.
Yeah, that's also a thing.
That's what happened with Chris Cortell. His family didn't realize how big of an impact it was, and they scrubbed the internet.
Oh, wow.
His YouTube channel. Fortunately, Kenny May had recorded a bunch of the videos, downloaded them, had it before that. So he was able to preserve some of them.
And there again, if confirmation needed even more confirmation, Carl's just had a message back. Yeah, it was a heart attack yesterday. Just spoken to Jeff. But there will be a tribute build. We've got to get that organised. Anyone in touch with his family? Well, I would imagine if there's going to be a GoFundMe for funeral expenses and stuff like that, that his family. I'm talking too soon. I'm going to shut my mouth. Terrible news indeed. That's if you didn't know, Pete Oscale Models, great modeler.
Yeah, I can't say I knew him, but it's always sad when it happens.
That's life, though. Could happen to us any day. Like most of us have already had our first heart attack and got away with it.
Really?
How about time?
Yes, I'm waiting for one. No, I'm just kidding.
No, once you hit 50, that's the danger area. 50 to 60, that's when if you're going to get one, you're going to get one.
All right, so if you're past 6, you're fine. Is that what you're saying?
Well, let's hope. I'm no doctor.
Dr. Terry's in the house.
Yes, Phil, completely agree. As we all have. There's some great chatty chat streams. Stephen Haynes can't emphasise that enough. He will be sadly missed. We're still trying to mix the humour in. That's the thing with the British. We laugh in the face of adversity.
As you should.
Atul says, that's my subscription down by 1 subscriber.
Shit.
No, that's still going to be there, mate.
Until his digital advocate takes over the channel and either keeps it or kills it off.
Do you know, I've just thought as well, I made that comment earlier on to Scott. As Pete from Oscale Models would say, he's not a real Australian, he's from Tasmania.
So it's your fault, Terry.
It's not my fault. It happened yesterday. You can't blame me.
Well, a damn good try, though.
Joshy B says he's on his 3rd life already, technically. Explain. Carl Scan Modeling says, I'm not building the Yamamoto. Yeah, one of Pete's models was the Yamamoto. Just about the biggest model kit you can get, I think.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If ever there was an excuse for government health warnings, lady boys should come with a government health warning.
Carl Scale Modeling is asking, Scott, you okay, mate? I think we give Scott a little bit of time here, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just trying to find some impact. That's all.
The Yamamoto.
I liked his motorbikes.
His motorbikes didn't like him.
That's a good point. God, that's
Sorry, like I say, it's it's default black humor. I'm an emergency services worker. We deal with death and horrible things all the time. We have an inbuilt black humor mode. It helps us deal with things like this.
Well, we got 8 minutes to go. I was only going to do this stream for till 7, but we had other people joining us and we had lots going on. So I'm going to kind of call it quits here. I'm really sorry to hear about Pete. I really am.
You're not the only one.
But I guess we'll hear from the family or people who are a little bit closer to Pete on what's going on there, because sometimes there's a GoFundMe for funeral expenses and stuff like that. And as a community, we like to donate, so I would hope that happens. I think I'm being a bit too soon, jumping the gun here on this. Anyway, we're going to call it quits there. I've got to thank Panzercat, I've got to thank Marcus, I've got to thank Scott, King Bob as well, and Dominique for joining me on today's stream. I know they probably won't watch this, but condolences to Pete's family. That's it. I don't know what to say. I think we're all kind of in shock of people that knew Pete. I got to thank all the Rumble viewers and the Twitch viewers and YouTube, of course. We've been coming at you at full glorious 1080p this Thursday night. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Friday night off. My next stream is at 8:30 a.m. on Saturday. Join me then if you can. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll be saying a little prayer tonight, I think. Thank you, everyone. End broadcast. Good night.
This.
See you, everyone.